Welcome to the Flight of the Round Table podcast, broadcasting from the Queen City, Charlotte, North Carolina. And now, here are your hosts, Dan, Drew, Daniel, and Florian.
And welcome in, everybody, to another episode of the Flight of the Round Table. This is episode 42 today. I'm going to tell some funny news. We're going to rank a couple things. We might even get you a chance to win some money. Daniel, 0-2? You going to step it up today?
Yeah, my girlfriend took me outside and she washed the stank right off of me. So, yeah, we're gonna change this.
I don't know if you're
like my diaper.
She must really love you.
She did, and she didn't love that I lost. I could tell you that.
It's like a very old school way of saying "get your shit together," but I love you. You know?
Yep.
Definitely.
Tough love.
So stay tuned for that. We're gonna hit a little football at the end, make some picks. Gonna keep it pretty light today. As always, find us at FOTRT Podcast, Flight to the Round Table Podcast. Find us anywhere you get your podcast. Appreciate you guys coming back. And today, first thing I want to ask you guys, all right, so we actually had lunch at work a couple days ago, okay? It was really good lunch, really good barbecue.
You had lunch, barbecue. Actually, like you don't have lunch every other day.
Can you imagine?
You made it sound like that.
Today you're lucky.
Yeah, you did make it sound like that, so clarify that you went out to lunch with your team.
Drew eats.
My company is humane and allows us to eat lunch, yes.
Okay. That's good.
So they had mac and cheese, and it was delicious, all right? And then you had little packets of silverware, okay? And there's a fork, a knife, and a spoon in there. And I got to thinking, like, what's the right utensil to eat mac and cheese? And I look left, and this guy's shoveling it in with a spoon. And then I look right, and this other dude's just, like, forking it and eating it. So I don't know. What's the right utensil to eat mac and cheese?
I have the answer.
Okay.
It depends how fast you want to eat your mac and cheese. There you go. You answered it yourself. If you want to eat it fast, you use the spoon. If you don't, you use the fork. Right? Because this guy was, it's almost like a spoon fork, a spork,
Yeah.
That would be more proper,
would be
actually.
good. And
That's actually perfect.
You get some pokes and a scoop.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think the actual
spork for the mac.
Yes, that's the actual utensil that needs to be used.
Yeah, the spork you can shovel in as much as you can, and then you have like those random 5 pieces sprinkled throughout the bowl or whatever. That it'd be impractical to scoop it up with a spoon, especially a flimsy plastic one, right? So then you poke it with the spork ends,
That's true, like the last bites. And
the
everything.
last bites you can like stack them on your little spork to make like a fucking tower of like 4 macaronis, and then that's like a great last bite.
Yeah, screw the Leaning Tower of Pisa. We got the Leaning Tower of Mac over here.
Yeah, Florian's making art with his food all of a sudden.
Reminds me of like one of those macaroni necklaces from preschool.
I never had to do that.
Really?
Yeah. I never made macaroni art.
But didn't you grow up in Puerto Rico?
Do you ever have have a little fun? Have a little
I
fun.
did not.
A little fun with a girl with a little candy lingerie, maybe. Nothing like that.
Wait,
no?
Say that again.
Never mind.
Yeah, what the heck?
No, how did we get here? I'm sorry. He was saying something about Puerto Rico.
Yeah, well, we're gonna get back on track, and I think it's funny. You used a fork, used a spoon.
The spork.
Imagine the intern in the back just using a knife.
What?
Psychopath. You fired that intern.
I'm firing him
right away.
immediately.
I hope you're not that intern that we're talking about.
Don't
Do not
be
knife macaroni.
Can you imagine a fork and a knife? A delicate cut.
Yeah, if you that's like what Dan was saying. By the way, guys, if you noticed, our fourth member Dan not in the house today. He's off at work in Chicago, business trip, right? So, but he was saying he went and got a deep dish pizza while he had time, and there was people eating pizza with a fork and knife. Now, I think that is
it's culture.
It's either Europeans do that or just some bougie people in America, right?
I disagree. I think it's the type of pizza that you get in Chicago.
So that's the thing. I did want to say though, deep dish, right? It's not your average pizza. You're talking like a half an inch to an inch thick.
It's thick,
right? And all those toppings, like a casserole.
It's an inside out, isn't it? Isn't it kind of inside out?
Well, and the tomato sauce is on the top and the cheese is at the bottom.
I agree with you, Florian. Deep dish pizza is a casserole, not a pizza.
It's close.
It really is.
It really is. Now, our neighbor across the street is a Bears fan, although I don't even think he has any relation to Chicago. So he might not get that upset, but maybe to the people listening, if you're from Chicago, sorry that we just fucked up your whole perspective of pizza, but it is kind of casserole-ish.
No, you know what? I disagree, and I know a lot of these Chicago people are going to hate you too, and I am disagreeing with both of them, and it is a pizza. It is just an inside-out pizza. Casserole, you have to blend it in to make a casserole. It has to be blend in. And it's not blend in. It's on actually layered, and it's on layered in the inside out. Casserole? Have you ever had a casserole? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's blended in.
Okay.
Is it?
Yep.
Every time?
Every time.
I guess that's
Tell me a
disagree.
casserole that's not blended.
I don't know. I've had casseroles that weren't.
I don't know
Which
if you
one?
I
Tell
don't
me.
know if you mix them all.
I'm not sure what the name of it would be. I mean, it's like it was like a make DIY casserole.
DIY.
Okay, well, if you do that, then maybe. But it's still, you know what? It's mixed.
So
All
you're
right,
not you're not accounting for the thickness.
I'm accounting for the thickness, actually. Yeah.
Guys, I don't like this casserole bullshit. Okay, so
All right, on to the next.
Fuck the casseroles.
Okay, well,
Chicago. Speaking of our neighbor, though, we will be doing an episode at his bar, his home bar, in a couple weeks. So be on the lookout for that.
We're really excited.
It's gonna be a really cool episode. Next week we're gonna be at Lower Left on Tuesday. Lower Left in the kind of south end area of Charlotte. So be on the lookout for that. I'm sure you're wondering what all this is right here, and we will get to that. Daniel has a game for us today.
You know I have the games, and this one's gonna be a fun one. And if you can see, we might get fucked up.
Yeah. Off something.
Maybe.
We'll see. Depends how good your win skills are.
Yeah, and this man over here, he's good at the blowing.
Yes, Florian is very good. His great uncle was the candle wick master of the 1970 ball.
Yeah.
The blowmeisters.
My great grandfather was world renowned balloon blower of the Upper East Side.
The team
back in 1892.
Wow,
So,
that's
yeah.
out. That is outstanding, and you better
It
put
is.
those skills to test. So use your context clues, guys. We'll get to that, but first, a game we have not played in 3 weeks: overrated, underrated, properly rated.
I missed this game. I'm excited. Let's hear it.
You do, Florian. What are you ready to play this game again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
I'm excited for the scenarios.
Okay. Well, first one today. You can't decide. You don't want to flip a coin. You want to do best 2 out of 3. Overrated, underrated, properly rated. Rock, paper, scissors.
I love that. That's underrated. I mean, I've been doing that since I was about 5 years old, and I still do it to this day. And so, for that reason, underrated.
Underrated.
Because I use it when it's very necessary and it works. So underrated.
What do you think, Flo?
I like properly rated. Everyone, it's either flipping a coin or you do that, right? A great way, an impartial way to settle your differences, right? It's very fair. That's what I like about it. That's why it's properly rated. It's properly rated because everyone does it, right? It's either
Right.
that or flipping a coin. So you're 50-50
Now,
shot you're doing
here's
it.
the cool thing, too. There's a little bit of skill in rock, paper, scissors. You kind of control a little more than you can when flipping a coin.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I think that's why I like it a little more, too.
Yeah. But it could be one of 3 options, and you better hope you pick right. And I like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
My strategy is, whatever this person does the first time, I do the opposite of what have won. And I usually lose. So
Don't listen to Drew.
properly rated.
You really just went full circle with that thought process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I need to reevaluate my rock, paper, scissors tactics here.
That's funny.
But I am going to go properly rated. It is a modern currency of deal breaking, and it will live on forever.
It will.
Okay, second one today. You have enough time in your day. Okay, you're usually rushing to work, right? Mm-hmm. You get up a little early. It's no sweat, and you have enough time to stop for coffee or breakfast.
Ooh.
Overrated, underrated, properly rated.
I'm gonna say underrated. Now the thing is, I don't do that. I've never put myself in that scenario. I meal prep my shit, unfortunately, right? So I have the same thing for a whole week. But however, you look at it in a positive way. By happenstance, you end up waking up earlier, or there's no traffic, and you're getting close to your work, and you're like, oh shit, wow! I see the sign for Dunkin' Donuts or something. I'm like, kind of feeling that. It's a nice little extra thing to your day. Could really turn things around, right? You're not feeling it that morning, or something happened the day before, and you're a little down. It's a good pick me up.
That's the Duncan sound is like Florian's version of the bat signal.
Yeah. If I see that in the skies, I'm going.
Oh yeah. What do you think, Daniel?
Oh man, I think it's underrated. I'm usually late. Honestly, when it comes down to it, if you know me,
Facts.
I'm a little bit late, but I'm not always that late. I'm right at the time and a few minutes late.
I would say the good rule of thumb when it comes to you is double it when you say. You know, if you say 1 minute, it's 2. If you say 5, it's 10.
Well, that's true. That's true. That is
The
a true
double
fact.
factor.
That's a true fact. But usually when it comes to time, like say you want me to be there at 7 o'clock, I'll probably be there at 7:05, 7:10. I like to be that casually late, unless if it's a meeting where like my lawyer is there and like you need to be here. I'll be like 15 minutes early, and then in that case, I might be stopping by, get some coffee or something like that. You know.
Okay. Yeah. But casually late applies to when you go to a party, not anything else. Like it's only for like social events.
Yeah.
You can't be casually late.
I disagree with that
Like,
statement.
I agree. Can you imagine Daniel dies
You can't do that.
and God's like, "Hey, Daniel's soul, get to heaven's gate at 7 o'clock. You show up at 7:10 to hell."
Yeah, right to hell. Right to
They're
hell.
holding the gate open.
I don't know. About that.
Listen, I know what's going on.
Yeah, I would tell you like
Just make friends.
to
you
get
know?
there 30 minutes before when I actually need you there. So even if you do show up 10 to 15 minutes late, you're still 15 minutes early.
That's a great.
That's
if
a
you
cheat
do,
code,
If
yeah.
you do that, that's honestly good for you because then you just know me very well. So
I do know you. I've known you for fucking 16 years now. So
yeah, wow, it's been a long time. Holy shit.
That's a long time.
Honestly, that scared me.
That is.
That's that fact right there. I kind of got scared.
That is. All right, getting back on track here. Having enough time to stop for breakfast or coffee. You went underrated, underrated.
yeah.
I'm going to go overrated. It's a money trap. Like you said, Florian, you meal prep, you get your game going for the day. I guess if it's like usually in your schedule, that's okay. But like you're waking up early and just because you woke up early, like you decide to go get something.
But what if you had a shit day the day before? You need an extra boost, morale.
Then you should have watched Cops the night before.
Oh, I love that show.
What?
Yeah.
If you don't like that show, then something might be wrong with you. I might have to.
That would not fucking boost my morale whatsoever. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, God.
I could think of like 100 different things that I'd rather do to boost morale than that.
I wouldn't say boost morale,
Probably
but if
right.
you don't like it, then it's just like.
Would you rather watch paint dry?
No, can't say that.
Point proven. Guys, we're the Fly to the Round Table. Last one for overrated, underrated, properly rated today. We have Bloody Marys, okay? A little tomato, a little vodka, a little celery stick, possibly a whole damn chicken wing.
Hell no.
What do you think about those drinks, Daniel?
I'm gonna say overrated, and the reason is, I have yet to been stunned by a Bloody Mary. That's it. That's my answer.
Stunned as in
Like, I've never had a good one.
destroyed by the alcohol or love the taste?
Like I don't really like them because every time I've had one, they're nasty, and no one's actually put their heart and soul into a real good one. And
How do you measure that?
Yeah.
What?
How do you measure if someone put the heart and soul into a drink?
I can taste it. I can taste that.
Oh, yeah?
I can taste their love.
So which one of these has the best heart and
taste-
soul?
I can taste
Taste
love.
their love.
Yeah. First one, I had a little love in there. This one right here.
Yeah. What does that look like?
It doesn't look like anything.
Quantify this.
It tastes like everything.
Interesting. All right, so overrated for Daniel. But if you're open to the idea of increasing that rating.
And yes, and that's my answer. And I'm hoping the viewers send me some mixes or tell me where to go to change my life, you know?
Interesting. Florian, Bloody Marys, what you got there?
Can you go overrated? Because that's where I'm at. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
No way. Do you
Dude.
guys like tomato soup?
No.
I do.
That's actually one of the worst soups.
I mean, I don't like it, but I'll drink it. I mean, I like everything. So if I need to eat and that's what's served to me, then it's actually a decent tomato soup, which I've had before. I'll drink that.
I guess I can name on my hand things I don't like. That's how very little I dislike things. I'm not a picky eater whatsoever.
You're not.
But fucking vodka with tomato juice and a strip of bacon, a jalapeno, and cornbread in there or whatever the
Cornbread?
fuck. Yeah, I don't know. It could be anything on those fucking skewers. It's disgusting. I don't understand.
Okay,
the
let me ask you this.
I don't get it.
Besides a mimosa, what do you think is the next most iconic brunch drink?
I can tell you. Sangria.
Okay.
A
what would be third?
mimosa.
I said,
yeah,
except
that's number
for
one.
a mimosa, what's the next one? I said it's sangria.
Oh, sorry. I'm still
I think
stuck on the...
I think it has to be Bloody Mary.
No, it is.
Oh, I thought you said we already considered that as number one.
No, a mimosa.
Oh, okay,
Like,
then yes, a
obviously,
Bloody
the most
Mary.
popular brunch drink, right?
It is. I would even say it's probably more popular. I think most people would like a fucking Bloody Mary. I'm not going to lie to you.
I
I'm just
agree.
not one of those people, and I don't get it. It's essentially alcoholic tomato soup.
I would say
But the flavor, man.
I'd say it goes mimosa, Bloody Mary, sangria, Those are the brunch drinks right there.
Fair rating. I'm going to go underrated. I just think you got to open that palate. Except
I've tried
the
it.
vodka.
I've given it a real shot. Like, I've ordered it. I've
Have
ordered
you
it at a
ever
restaurant.
ordered
That's
one at
expensive.
like a nice brunch spot though? I'm not talking like at a bar where there's like. I'm talking like a nice crafted. There's spices,
Right.
Hot sauces.
I've had the
tomato.
one. I've had the one on the skewer, and I don't think I made cornbread up just by happenstance. Like I fucking had a thing of cornbread on the skewer in the Bloody Mary. I ordered that.
Wow.
Disgusting.
Okay.
Blah.
Well, we had a few good topics today here on overrated, underrated, properly rated.
It's good to have that game back.
It is.
I know.
It is. It's nice. I miss not hearing Dan's perspective.
I wonder what
I miss you, Dan.
I wonder what his stance on Bloody Marys is.
Yeah, I really don't know.
I never see him drink it.
It's a good
I've
one.
never seen him drink
Dan?
Bloody Mary. Yeah,
That's true.
Karen, yeah.
He's a Bloody Mary guy, I have a feeling.
All right.
Yeah, maybe.
Real quick, guys. I saw this, and I just want to get y'all's opinion real quick. It was online. Credit Barstool Sports. I saw the picture right before got in. I want to hear your perspective. Just real quick, like 10, 15, 20 words, something like that. All right, 18 holes of golf. Would you rather play with Tom Brady, Justin Bieber, Snoop Dogg, or The Rock?
Oh, my gosh.
Like, you're looking to have a fun, interesting time.
Yeah, I know exactly who Daniel's picking.
Yeah, I'm going Snoop Dogg
Yeah.
probably. But it's a close second with Tom Brady.
Why Snoop Dogg?
Just because that's cooler. I feel like I could have a better chance later on in life with doing it with Tom Brady maybe than Snoop Dogg. He's the oldest, and his stories, I'm sorry, are better than Tom Brady's.
Fair enough. Who would you pick, Florian?
It's between Snoop and Tom Brady as well.
You're gonna
gonna
go
s-
through a crazy Tom Brady experience.
Tom
Tom Brady
Brady's
has a great time, but he is a very
Competitive.
very competitive. But that's not even the thing. He's a very good guy. To the point where remember, doesn't he kiss his dad around the lips?
What?
Yeah.
Is that true? Tom Brady kisses his dad on the
I've
lips?
seen the documentary. It was
I saw the picture.
when he left. It was like the documentary in the summer between when he left New England to go to Tampa,
Yeah.
and not just his dad, but his kids. This dude's out here.
That's fine if they're under 5.
Oh, they were young, but
That's fine. I feel like it's under 5.
I'm not here to
it's
judge
whatever.
how he
Yeah.
treats his family. That's whatever.
Yeah, we're here to play golf.
Okay. So I think I'm gonna go with Snoop Dogg because I think it'd just be fucking hilarious. It'd be a hell of a time. I don't personally smoke weed, but he would just be so fucking chill. I might take a puff or two, and
had to.
I would be definitely fucking drinking like crazy, right? It would be just super relaxed. I'm not sure if he's a good golfer. I certainly am not. So I'm not worried about fucking getting my ass beat. Tom Brady, I would.
He's a
because
golfer.
He would.
He is
He's
a golfer.
a golfer. He did the thing with Peyton Manning and fucking.
He did the hole in one. He did
Mickelson and Woods.
the
right?
eagle thing where, or it wasn't a hole in one. It was he got an eagle
Right.
on a par 4.
So he is better than me, and he's super competitive. So he talk a fuck ton of shit. Yeah. However, I know I'm terrible, so I've got nothing to lose, and I would talk shit back to him, and I think it'd be an awesome back and forth. I'd be like, "Fuck off, Brady."
Yeah.
I would like that, but I'm just gonna go with Snoop Dogg. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie.
Can you imagine Snoop Dogg's outfit too? I think it'd be something crazy.
It'd be something
spectacular.
blue,
I think,
right?
No, I think. Well. Perhaps, but I think it would be a fucking tracksuit, but with just weed everywhere, like pot
Like
leaf,
a bunch
or,
of Adidas.
yeah, like Adidas tracksuit, but it would just have weed everywhere. That's what I think.
I
it'd be.
respect that. Yeah.
I think more blue than weed, but he's gonna be smoking. But the weed, he's gonna be wearing blue.
Perhaps.
I think I would go with The Rock. I think he's just like a chill dude. He probably has a bunch of cool stories, and
He's kind of a douche.
he is kind of a douche. But I just want to know where he got that name. Can you imagine?
Oh, I saw an interview. He did explain that. I
did?
don't remember what the reason was. But
Probably
yeah.
because he looks like a rock.
the number one thing to me I think of is he was found under a rock as an infant. It's rock.
That's your conclusion.
Yeah.
He looks like a
this
freaking rock.
Fucking 6 foot Samoan, the size of a Volkswagen Jetta, is found under a rock.
found under a pebble. Yep.
Yeah.
He's probably found under a bridge,
He was
curled up
probably-
into a ball, and
his
he
name
looked
was-
like a rock.
His name was probably the Pebble before he turned into the rock. So,
yeah. And after he went through puberty, he was a stone.
yeah, exactly. I like that.
Yeah, the evolution of the rock.
So then he
Pebble
fucking
Stone
his
rock.
final stage is the hieroglyphic or the fossil.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
The fossil.
The
When
fossil.
he dies, he's
when he
a
dies,
fossil.
the fossil.
Wow, we just pictured the whole lifestyle of The Rock.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it, guys. Love it. And you know what else I love? This is some really cool news that I figured out or found out. Saw. There was this man in China who was testing out his hot air balloon, and it got away from him, and he was stuck in his hot air balloon for 48 hours.
Damn.
No,
48 hours. What would you do?
Well, the first thing I would think about, like, how high can he go? Can he die from going too high?
No, because you can control it.
Okay, well, good. That's good. That's
So-
good, because I was afraid if you get stuck. How do you get stuck in there then?
I don't know.
If you can control it.
Yeah.
Can you just land it?
Good point.
You got me, but I got you.
Yeah. You
Was
got-
I doing it on purpose?
Yeah, you guys are like a freshly chopped down tree, stumped.
Yep.
Fucking yeah, you're right. How do you get stuck if you can control? Because here's the thing. I think there's two outcomes after this 48-hour period. Either he goes so fucking high he's out of the atmosphere and you'll suffocate.
That's what I'm worried about.
Or it runs out of propane or fuel, the little fire thing that gives it air, and he drops to his death. I mean, how did he make
Dude,
it?
he lived.
How did he survive?
And who got him?
The fire department or something. They found him when he landed. Can you?
So he landed. What are
He
you talking
landed.
about? Mystery
Dude,
solved. He
you're gonna have to
landed.
find out more things. But can you imagine after hour 24, he just gets on his phone like, "Yeah, boss, I ain't gonna make it in today." He's just like, "Oh, what's happened? I'm stuck in the air." I've heard that one before.
Yeah, how the fuck did that happen?
Oh
Yeah.
man,
What would you do?
We gotta look into that.
If
What do
one
you
of your employees called in and he was like, "Yeah, I'm stuck in a hot air balloon. I won't be able to make
I'm
it
going to
today."
ask one, do you have service on your phone? And if they say yes, I'm going to be
They're
like,
calling.
Great. Oh, yeah.
Okay, you're the one. You're honestly all right.
Oh, yeah,
He's pinging you on the Teams.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm gonna first ask them if they have service.
Okay.
You're gonna ask them that. Then you're gonna
Yeah.
be like, "You're dumb, bro."
He's just like, "No," and hangs
Okay,
up.
fine. Well, then they're fired. Fuck them. Don't make me feel yeah, fuck them. But fine, I'll admit, stupid question. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna be like, you're gonna take a video of this situation, and then I might still fire him if they get fucking disrespectful like that. Yeah, that was a stupid question, but you're still fired.
Moral of the story here is if you work for Florian, do not get in a hot air
Don't
balloon.
insult me. Don't fucking do that.
Get in
Don't
a hot
answer
air
his
balloon.
phone calls.
Imagine I have executive authority over these fuckers. This podcast. Yeah. I'm kidding. But yeah,
Oh, you love it.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, you send me a fucking video. And we're in the
Yeah.
age now where, sometimes, have you ever been in a situation where you're stuck in traffic and they're like, I don't believe you. Can you send me like a video?
Oh shit!
Have you ever been in that?
No, someone
Never.
hinted that to you once.
Have that happened to you?
No, it's never happened to
Okay.
me. But I mean, I we've all had that boss probably where we're like, they might ask
Kind of
for that
skeptic,
shit.
a little dip.
Yeah.
I've had a friend do that before, and
Especially if you're in traffic a lot, Yeah, like,
I had a friend that did that to me, and I just straight lied to him. I was like, "Yeah, I was late," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm right here, but I'm stuck in traffic," And I was literally like 10 exits down.
And he asked you to send him a picture.
Yep, and then I was like, "Yeah, I can't do that." I forgot what I said, but I made up some story where I can't. My phone,
Safe
my
to
camera's
say,
broken.
y'all probably are not friends anymore.
No, we still are. That's the funny thing.
Wow.
Oh, that's friendship. That's a friendship that's been through leaps and bounds.
Guys, lies can never ruin friendships. Sometimes.
It was a white lie just to get away from being. Yep, it wasn't a white lie. It was a lie.
That was a yeah.
It was a black.
That was
lie.
a dark gray lie.
It is what it is.
All right, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, as always, we're the Flights at the Round Table. We are the Flights at the Round Table because obviously we have these delectable flights here. Tasting pretty good today. Florian, I saw your face get a little sour on one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start there for us and tell us the audience what we're drinking today?
Well, I don't want to be disrespectful to this company because I'm sure they've put their, as Daniel would say, heart and soul into this drink. So I don't want to shit on them. But it's not my style, I will say that. But we'll start there. It's from Left Hand Brewing. Where are they located? I've never heard of them.
Colorado, actually.
Oh, Colorado. Wow, okay.
And which one was that? Was that this one right here?
Yes, the
yeah.
pumpkin.
Yes. Okay.
It's a pumpkin spice latte ale with coffee added. You could smell it. I could smell the pumpkin spice latte there, but that taste is...
I really like this. I'm not going to lie.
I
Yeah,
haven't tried it yet. I'm about to
Try it.
Sip right here.
I'm not feeling it. I'm not going to lie, but hey, to each their own.
Like a blind
You know
man.
what? I kind of like it.
Okay, hey, 2-1.
Hey, like a blind man reading. He's feeling it.
I kind of do too. It's very cinnamony and spicy and nutmeggy and pumpkiny. I like it. Now, I would try. It doesn't have that much of the coffee in there as you think, as a little bit.
Well, it doesn't taste like
And
any
I don't.
of that.
And I don't really like that anyway. So I'm glad it doesn't taste very much like that.
Yeah. Okay. Next, it's from Min City Collective. Oh, no. What the fuck am I talking about? This is a Lenny Boy Brewing Company Pilsner, co-sponsored, or I guess like it's a collab with Min City Collective, which is a supporter group for Charlotte FC. That's pretty fucking cool that they did that. Wow. I mean, that logo is sick. If the camera, I'm looking into that one. Fucking dope. That's a really good. That was a good Pilsner. I did like that one a lot. I think when you poured it right, this is the one you like. Yeah, take a sip of that. Tell me what you think.
That was good.
That was very good.
Speaking of Charlotte FC, making a late playoff push. They have 3 games left. If they win 2, they're probably in the playoffs.
Yeah. Really?
Yes.
You remember, and you were telling me not too long ago, they're like,
they're done.
They're probably not going to make it. And they have to win 6 out of...
They came back from 2-0 or 3-0 to beat Chicago?
2-0 to beat Chicago this week.
Chicago Fire.
3-2.
Yeah.
And we know someone that used to play for Chicago Fire, me and Florian.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Kid from our high school.
Yeah, shout out to Juicy.
All right. Juicy.
Okay. Yeah.
Juicy.
Next, we have it's called Funny Like a Clown. It's a West Coast IPA. I actually, if you watch the show, I'm not a big IPA guy. This is actually very good. I'm finishing it and polishing it off right here. It's very good. From Southern Range Brewing, also in Charlotte. Very good. And last but not least, it's a Kolsch. Yeah.
I love the artwork on that. It's like perfect lawn mowing beer.
Yeah, Yardley Working.
I like the name.
I like that.
And you did say the last name, right? The funny like I'm a clown?
Yeah.
Cool. That is funny.
Yeah. And then this one is from 11 Lakes Brewing in Cornelius, which is probably like 45 minutes from here into an hour.
Yeah.
I've never heard of this brewery. It sounds like something that'd be in Minnesota because it's the land of the lakes.
We've had one beer from them. You see that apricot habanero?
Have we?
Top right?
No way.
Yeah.
They made that?
Yeah. We do need to get up there, and eventually we will. So,
it's their version of a Kolsch, and it's very good. It's very bold. This is a bold ass Kolsch.
I like it.
Typically, Kolsch's are just a little bit light. It's a very easy beer to drink. Not that this isn't, but it's not super forward with the flavor. But this is like
really good.
It's like a really strong Kolsch. Yeah, I like it a lot. So that's what's on the menu today on our flights. I've polished off 3 of them. I'm working on that West Coast IPA. It's very good.
Speaking of Snoop Dogg, West Coast. Okay. Thank you, Florian, for staying the beers for us tonight.
Yeah.
As
it's
always,
3 weeks in a row.
killing it.
They were really good.
I like it.
Really good.
Really
Shout out
good.
to the breweries and those master brewers making these beers.
They're masters and they're brewers.
They are.
So, moving on for the show today. Still got a good things packed in the show for you guys. Going to get to some picks. Going to give you Daniel's A Doofus Bet of the Week. We're going to bounce back. We're going to finally make some money on this podcast.
Yeah.
Before we do that, though, it's time for a little game time.
Ooh, it is Flights to the Round Table game time, and we are going to have some fun today. We have, for you today, we have a candle game. And basically, we're going to light all these candles, and us 3 are going to go at the end of the table and blow, see how far we go. And depending on how far we go, is where we are going to see how many shots we have to take. And I hope I don't have to take the 4.
Yeah, I think I think you explained it pretty good. So, for instance, if you blow and you only get the ones out to here, you got to take 4. If you get them out to here, 3. Get them out to here, 2, 1. So if you blow it all the way out, you take 1 shot.
And that is correct.
Pretty good. So,
and that's correct.
So we're gonna have to get off our mics. We have a center mic here. Audio get a little wonky, but I think we tuned it out the best we can. So bear with us on that. But we're gonna get up and play this.
So
play this game.
Daniel's going first.
Okay, we're gonna light them all. Let's do it.
All right, boys. Let's light these bad boys up.
All right, here. I need the taco Fucking Bic. Shout out to Bic for making a taco lighter. I think that's just about the coolest thing
Can you
ever.
imagine they love that? And they're just like, hey, we want to sponsor your podcast.
Fucking Stoner's favorite lighter. Let me tell you, get the munchies in.
Keep on lighting, boys. Keep on lighting. Can you imagine if we had a firefighter in the podcast?
How are you lighting yours so fast? The mine's like,
Yeah, how the fuck are you?
Pick 'em
doing
up.
that? I'm out here burning my shit.
Pick them up.
I really am doing it. Dumbest
Pick them up. Move to the right a little bit so the camera can... Or left.
To the left now.
That way, that way. So the camera can
Towards
see
me.
what's going on.
Towards
here.
me.
No, I know.
To the left now. We break out in a full cha-cha slide.
To the right now, y'all.
We've been rehearsing this for weeks.
2 hops this time.
Wow. I feel like we're about to, like, be in a funeral or something.
Okay, so
That's
what I
dark.
want is I want to put these shot glasses out a little bit.
Okay.
So we have a
So they don't get hot.
Well, not that, but so we have like a nice line. They're not too close. We don't have, so they don't get. You know.
And the shots we will be taking for the Blues.
Yeah, it's back to our high school / like freshman year of college days. It's Fireball.
Okay, who's up
hell
first?
yeah. Daniel.
I am. I'm up first. I will be going.
Okay, don't worry about that. Get some clothes for the audience.
Okay. So are we going? You got this here. All right.
Go from the front.
I'm gonna get down here on one knee, on not both
right,
knees.
Daniel.
Yeah, you're like
See how good.
proposing to the Fireball.
Two shots.
I would say 2, yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take the 2
Two
because I got the
shots.
one over here too. From,
Yeah, so I think that compensates.
yeah,
for
the
that.
compensation.
I agree.
Other than that, I would say 3 if
We'll
not.
go medium.
All right, boys.
Well, while you're taking your shots, Florian, let's light these bad boys back up.
Oh man.
Yeah, make sure you take them in front of the camera so they can.
All right.
They can
all
see
right.
your
Hey,
pain.
cheers.
Wow, you just downed those really good.
Had to do them back to back, get them out of the way, you know.
Yeah. Florian, are you going next or am I going next?
Yeah, I'll go next. I'm definitely not going first. I'm certainly not
Are
going
you sure you
last.
don't want to do rock paper scissors for it?
Yeah, as good as that sounds, I'm not going to leave this to chance.
Fine, we'll flip a coin.
That's leaving it to chance.
All right. Oh, last one. You thought you were gonna get out of this.
Oof. All right.
All right, Florian.
Okay.
Florian's up on this one, guys.
Get that one centered.
Yeah, a little line issue.
Oh, 3!
See, Daniel had the same, but he had the one at the end out, so.
I thought I had them all. I'm not. God, okay, yeah.
We'll do halfers. That's
Yeah,
about,
how are you fucking pulling in quarters and giving me half?
but that's a thicker base.
I'll show you a thicker base.
Oh man! Hey, don't turn around. Do it for the camera.
Yeah, I said what I said. Cheers to the audience. I appreciate your support. This
I-
one's for you.
Hey, turn around and do it.
Oh, like that? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
Yeah, show those audiences, guys. I'm last.
Can they even
though.
see me? Okay.
Okay, I got a lot of pressure on me here.
right here.
You got to see what we got to do.
No, you can see yourself in the.
No, I see. Oh, I see. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Thank you, Anthony, for all the support in the back. You know, a lot of pressure here, guys. Last one.
Oh man,
All right.
this one
Should I
smells-
blow in the opposite direction when he blows? No.
Absolutely not. I'm kind of nervous. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, don't
Yeah,
mess
I
it
would
up.
be
You don't.
because if you fuck up, you have to take 4.
Yeah.
No, if you don't
listen,
get any of them, you have to take.
If you
fucking all of them.
miss, if
calling out
you
of work tomorrow.
if one of these first 5 don't get got, then you automatically have to take the.
the
Yeah.
same logic applies
Yeah.
for your back one.
I don't like that. Not the
I don't
first
like that
4.
either.
Oh my god!
Jesus Christ.
Wow!
Hey.
What have you been practicing on?
What
God
has
damn.
he been doing, guys?
Wow.
Oh my god!
For good measure, I will take a shot.
Wow.
Wow!
Hey, that's a good sport. That's a good sport right there.
I don't know. Did he spit on all that? No.
Cheers the game time, boys. Cheers the game time.
Yeah,
With the amount of alcohol we drink, I think our spit is flammable. So
all right.
I don't think it would fucking go out.
All right, let's get our camera set back up, get the mics back in our position. That was fun, Daniel.
That was.
That was fun.
But I have to say, are we back and rolling here?
Back in normal.
I have to say, guys,
that was fun.
That was fun. It was a lot of fun, but they're only going to get harder, and this is just the start.
Yeah.
This is easy. And I'm telling you now, this is easy.
If you think about it, I was the one who got smacked with peanut butter last week, so that was kind of like balancing it out, right?
Yeah.
I feel like, it was a redemption. He was pissed. He was like, I'm not fucking losing this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So I could see if I was a betting man, I would have bet that. Well, I would have bet at least one.
You are a betting man.
You kind of are a betting
I mean,
man.
you
You're
are
right.
the better.
I guess you're right. I am the biggest betting man. You're right.
What's better?
I am the betting man.
What's better, a better of a better or the better?
The better's better.
Little wordplay.
I don't know.
How do you guys feel?
Those
after
two shots.
How do you feel after those shots?
I was about
you
to say
feeling
it.
them?
I'm feeling them. That's why I just said if I was better, and I am the better. So I feel like
For some
that was
reason, I
the
feel
alcohol.
like Dan would have done the worst on that.
Yeah.
You know?
we should have had him.
I'm not gonna lie. It kind of the last one made me feel a little bit like 2 Saturdays ago.
Oh
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
Florian, we did
and for
not.
the audience, it's one of those you had to be there. And honestly, I'm glad you weren't because it was pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good that they weren't.
Yeah, it's very good that they weren't.
No, because you would have seen something you hadn't seen since high school. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a
That
bad
could
thing.
mean so many things.
Yeah, that's what I was about to
I
say.
like that though.
A
Don't add anything
a social
to it.
studies book.
Yeah, we're gonna-
It could have been a lot of things, and a lot of people are thinking a lot of things right now. They're
Oh,
like, what the heck is
yes,
he thinking?
yes.
I'm thinking this. Is he thinking that?
we just
We're thinking that.
unlocked like all the like memories that people suppressed
You're right.
in their minds since high school of all the shit that they did, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because
That is
you're
true.
young, dumb, full of cum, as you like to say, and fucking yeah, you just did some stupid shit when you were in high school. So
That's true. That's true. Man. Okay, so we really only have football stuff left on the schedule, but is there anything anyone would like to bring up that's,
no, I like that
Funny.
game though. I'm not gonna lie, It's
Controversy?
I can't believe we haven't done that like at a party before, like or a get together. Like that's a great drinking game.
that is.
It is, and just be ready for the next game because it's going to get harder. It's going to get a lot harder.
Daniel's like, I am going to.
I am gonna get. I think there is gonna be a time where we do cut maybe and go to a scene where we might have to clip in what the games are, depending on certain
Yeah,
games.
we might
just
have
to let the audience know. But if we do that, it will be worth the time. I can tell you that. I promise.
100%. 2,000%.
2,000%.
Yes. Guys, can I throw in like another overrated, underrated, properly rated real quick?
Sure.
Please.
Because I was thinking about this today as I was going home. Running a yellow light right before it turns red. Like, and I mean like severely. Like
That's-
I love this.
You see
I
it turn red as you pass through that intersection, waiting to get T-boned. Overrated, underrated, properly rated.
I'm glad that you brought this up, and I
Yeah.
want to talk first.
I know.
Okay.
And I know why. I want to talk first, and I think Florian knows why.
I do.
All right, we'll tell the rest of the
Florian
world.
is like my mom, and I want to say, this is the number one
yeah?
thing. This is
Yeah, an absolute saint.
all right. Catch this right now. There is people when they see a yellow light, they stop at it. There's people that see a yellow light and they go through it. Now there's people that drive and always anticipate a yellow light when it's still green. And those are the people that I hate. Not saying Florian is that, but he is almost that. He is almost,
So you almost
that.
hate me.
Florian.
Wait, so
He's
I'm
almost that. And
almost
you,
what though? What am I?
you are almost a person that drives when they see any stoplight and they're like, okay, it's about to turn yellow and
So-
I'm going to stop.
So get to your point, Daniel. Like, what's the best way to approach this scenario?
If
Is
you
it
see a
overrated,
yellow,
underrated?
you go. And the only time you do not go is if you're in front of the, it's called point of no return. And the point of no return is the second arrow that's on the cement that is in the left turning lane. Now, if you are past that, you go. If you are before that, you do not go. And if you don't understand that, you should not drive.
Can you imagine if Daniel was the president of the DMV?
And if you don't understand that, you should not drive. And that is the actual law, too. So if someone gets pulled over, like if I get pulled over and I listen to the law and the
Is
cop...
that the law, or are you just making that up?
That is the law.
I'd like to clarify that. I don't know about that.
Go and look. It's called a point of no return. It's the second if the state has an arrows on the cement in the left lane, that is considered the point of no return. And if you hit a yellow and you're past that point, that is you are supposed to go. And before that, that's how they teach driving in the state of North Carolina.
That is interesting. Where do you think the point of no return, like that term, came from?
Well, they want it.
Not just in traffic, just like.
Point
You
of
can
no
use
return.
that in like battle. You can use that in a lot of things.
I think it originated in the Wild West, right?
Okay.
I'm not sure why. I just think that. I just think they did.
It's a point where you
shootout.
cannot turn back, okay? It's simple as that.
Yeah, you got the two guys doing like about to do the shootout, walking back. And once you hit that point, it's a point of no return.
Yep.
Yeah, it's quickest man wins.
Florian, you are smarter than you think. That's all I gotta say.
That's good.
Now, Florian, you also are you're not that person I said, but you are the person that always stops at a yellow light. You're the middle person.
So here's the thing. I like to rebuttal a little bit of that.
Okay,
One, I
please.
don't think what you said is the law. I could be wrong, but just because you said it doesn't mean it's true.
I was taught that by my instructor.
I don't
taught me how to.
I don't think so.
I
don't think so because I wasn't taught that by the instructor.
I'm sure.
Second of all,
I don't remember it either, but
Second of all, to me it's a probability thing. Okay, just like anything else in life. Sometimes I do run the yellow. If I'm really in a hurry, I'm running every yellow. Doesn't matter. I don't care the point no return. I don't care if there is a return. I don't care if the road somehow turned into an escalator and put it in reverse and sent me back. I'm still going
still
forward.
gonna try to go. Yeah,
There's some cases where I go because I have no choice. I have to get where I have to get, and I accept the consequences no matter what. But it's a probability thing, just like anything else. I've been pulled over twice because I've ran yellow lights because it was right there before the red turned red. It was right there. It was yellow as fuck, and like 3 Mississippis went by, and I still went. Got 2 tickets.
Twice?
Yeah, twice.
Then I can see why you drive like that now. So I didn't know it was 2 times. I thought it was only 1.
No, it's probability.
So the probability of it happening again is low because I have drove for
It is
14
low.
years and have never gotten pulled over for that. I've got my money's worth. You pull me over right now,
agree. Me
I'm
too.
not upset. I
You're
got my
right.
money's worth.
You're
I have
right.
run the shit out of some yellow lights.
Same thing with speeding. I would say the same thing with speeding.
Yeah.
Give me tickets. Honestly, I deserve them.
Right.
Okay. Honestly, police officers, I speed. You come
Yeah.
and give me a ticket.
Can
I
you imagine
deserve
they
one.
knock on
And
the
the
door?
thing is, Daniel, I've been in the car with you. Hell, we own a business together. We take your truck because it's our work truck. You go so fast, there's never a point of no return. It's always no return. It could be fucking red for 5 seconds. You would still go. That's how fast
I'm not
you
He's
that,
looking
I'm
into,
not
like, the
that
other-
dangerous.
Ah,
I'm not that
bullshit.
dangerous.
Dude, you're looking into the other lanes. Like, are they going yet?
Yeah,
And
people.
then-
No, it's to the point where people are crossing horizontally, and he's still fucking going. Not really, but it's close.
Wow.
All right.
All right,
I
well,
am
hey,
a
that was
aggressive driver a little bit. I like it that
He is.
way.
That was a good topic. We still got a few things to cover. You know, we got about 16 minutes left. Okay, we're going to do some quick NFL news and notes. I think they're pretty interesting notes.
Give me the interesting notes.
Let's run through them real quick. Mike Evans suspended 1 game for defending Tom Brady. Said it to the ref when he threw him out. It was Tom Brady. What was I supposed to do? Ran off the sideline to punch Marcus Lattimore. What are your thoughts?
I want to say something to that because I think he already got disqualified from that game. He should that should have been enough.
I agree.
That he shouldn't have been. Is Marcus Lattimore? Is he kicked out for another game?
I don't think so.
That's fucked up.
I
okay?
agree.
So just the NFL, officials. Do not talk to me for a week.
I agree with you. I think it's because of his history with the Saints that they did that. Any other player that would have done that would not have got suspended for a game, and for that, I think is fucked up. So,
Yeah.
moving on from there, Justin Fields getting heavily criticized, the quarterback for Chicago, for coming out and saying, "Oh, Bears fans shouldn't be hurting as much because they don't put the work in that we do." After being questioned about, like where the franchise is at and everything. He said,
What does he mean by that?
Yeah, what does he mean by that?
he's saying like,
what work can they
why-
possibly do?
why should the fans be as upset as we are? Because we're the ones putting in the work, and the fans are like rioting
because they're fans. They're fans translates. It's short for fanatics. You're crazy about your team. What the fuck are you doing, Daniel? Fucking
Stop.
You're a fanatic. You're super passionate about your team. That's the whole point of supporting a team. Essentially, what he's saying is, you know what? Don't be as crazy about us as you want. You have to expect high of your team. That's the whole point of having fans. They let you know when you're doing shit, and they support you when you're doing great. I don't like that from Justin Fields.
I don't like that either.
He's a second-year player. I'm going to give him a pass. He's still young, and he's got to learn, but come on.
Right. It's not a good look for someone that's already kind of in question in the Chicago Bears' eyes as fan group, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot that are not sold on him.
Yeah, and that's kind of fair, but also that whole fucking organization from management down to the offensive line is terrible.
Yeah, but this guy is in a
water boy.
position where he could still be a starter in another team if he plays his cards right. Now, if he plays them stupid, he's going to be a second string for the rest of his life maybe one day. But he needs to play like every day is his last. And he's not doing that. And I would never, ever say some shit to my fans where they dislike me right now. You are on a team that is not good. You do not want your fans to dislike you as well. I mean, you are setting yourself up for a big failure.
I don't disagree. I think he's right. He is right. Like, the players are putting in more work. They should be more upset than the fans. This is your career. But at the same time, just like anything, any career, any profession, it's a business, right? You have to do what's best for the business. And that comment was not what's best for the business.
Yeah.
So I agree with you guys. Last comment, last news and notes from the NFL today. Interesting one you may or may not have heard. Pretty decently sized receiver has signed with the Buccaneers in wake of the suspension and injuries.
Who?
We got Cole Beasley going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
No way. That's a huge thing because do you know what Tom Brady needs?
What does he need?
A shifty slot receiver.
Like Wes Welker a little bit,
Wes-
Danny Amendola.
Isn't that
Perfect. That is literally what I was about to say. Danny and Amendola and a Wes Welker, and even like a little bit of an Edelman. Like, you know,
What
Edelman
about
wasn't
Scotty
huge.
Miller?
Yeah, Scotty
I don't
Miller.
think he's with the team anymore. I want to say he's with the Commanders. He was last
No,
year.
I think he did get picked up and scooped up.
Oh,
yeah.
did he?
Yeah, he did. He did.
Oh.
He's a good.
I think this is a great signing, right?
That-
Some
that is
guy
a
that you
good
can just
signing.
rely on, right?
Yeah,
for
it's
him
cool.
not to be signed already. That's
Kinda
honestly kind of pisses me off.
Yeah, it kind of blew my mind too.
Actually,
Yeah,
kind of
he had
makes
Cole Beasley had a great year with
Cowboys.
Josh Allen.
yeah.
No, with the Bills.
And the Bills.
He
You're
had
right.
his best year with the Bills.
You're right.
He was arguably. I mean, he was a number 2. It was Stephon Diggs and him, but he had a really good year. Where you could make an argument he was his favorite target, Josh Allen.
He definitely had some good years. So that's the news and notes for today. A lot to go around there. I want to get to some picks. You know, we got about 10 minutes left on the show. Some big games this weekend, week 3. We finally have some meat on the bone. You know what I'm saying? You kind of go into these games just basing it off the talent on the team and how they did last year.
in the
But
previous weeks.
Yes, in the previous weeks, but now it's like even more. Like you get these first 2 weeks. I mean, you have 4 teams that are 2-0 or 5. Dolphins being one of them.
Yeah.
Got the Bills, got the Chiefs.
Fuck yeah.
So, you know, some high company there. So one game I want to get into first that I think is decently hard to pick is the Lions and the Vikings. The Lions are going to Minnesota. Minnesota is a heavy favorite, guys. Not quite sure why, but who are y'all picking in this game?
Straight up or to
up.
cover?
Straight up winner. Lions at Vikings.
It's in Minnesota. I'm going with the Vikings. Straight up. They got kind of embarrassed yesterday by the Eagles. It was in Philly. I think it was in Philly. It's kind of a redemption game for them. A lot of people, including you, have picked them to win the division, right?
The Vikings.
Yeah,
yes.
the Vikings.
Yes.
So that's high standards to live up to. I think they know that this is a down year for the NFC North, although the division's kind of been trending down the last couple years, right? But the Packers, you don't know what they're going to be. For week 1, terrible. Week 2, they had a bounce back game, but it was against Chicago, so we don't really know what the Packers are, right? They have a below average wide receiving core. So this is everything that is needed for the Vikings to win the division. The Lions are a division rival. They need to win this game anyway, right? It matters that much more. and it's at home, I think definitely the Vikings win it.
Okay.
It's too much at stake.
Fair enough, Daniel.
I'm gonna say I disagree. I think that the Lions actually win, and this is the time for the Lions to shine and prove themselves, for sure. Like this they need to win this game, because if they lose, then they're in question again. But when it comes down to the two teams, what I'm looking at is who has more valuable players, and I believe that the Lions do. And if I'm going to choose an underdog team this week, it's 100% the Lions. They have some great wide receivers, second-string wide receivers as well, with a great running back core and a decent quarterback. And the only thing I see from the other team is a couple good players.
Yeah, that could be fair, and I see what you're saying. I don't know if I agree with you, though, on because Justin Jefferson's the best wide receiver in that game, and Dalvin Cook's the best running back in that game. So I don't necessarily know if the skill players are better on.
And
I disagree with you, actually. I don't think that Dalvin Cook is right now better than Swift, and I think Amon-Ra is on a peak, and Justin Jefferson, he's doing good. Yeah, he's doing good. I mean, I think that he's the only person that really you have to.
What about
if
Adam
you can
Thielen?
cover, if you can, no,
He hasn't done much.
he hasn't done much, and he's a great wide receiver.
So
I love him,
it's
but
for
he hasn't done much.
It's
And
for
see if you can just
debate. I agree. I think, but the reason I pointed that out because I don't think it's as easy as you're making it say. I think most NFL experts would agree the Vikings have the better receiver and running back. I
Overall
don't
roster.
disagree with you.
No,
I'm
I
just
agree.
saying,
I agree with that most people would, but at the moment, I think Swift is better.
and that's fair. I do think the Vikings win this game. It's a dogfight. If I'm betting, I'm taking Lions +6, easy money.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be a dogfight. Vikings are at home. They just got blown out by the Eagles, right? I think they could have taken that one off, right? They wanted to beat the Packers in their division, right? Swamped them. Took this one off. They're preparing for the Lions. They're going to fuck them up.
This game is a 1 p.m. game or what?
It's a 1 p.m., I believe.
Okay, that's huge because if this is prime time again, then I am picking the Lions because Kirk Cousins folds on national television. He absolutely folds like a chair.
Well, 4 o'clock is normal time too. But guys, we got quite a few games to go through. Still had Daniel's bet to go, so we're going to have to move a little faster on this one. We have, what is the next game I got? We have the Packers.
Packers and the Bucks.
Packers at the Bucks. The Bucks are favored in this game.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys thinking?
Buccaneers. I really don't think there's much to talk about here. The Packers have no one. They have 2 good running backs. They have no wide receivers.
If it's that easy,
they still haven't. Who is their number 1 wide receiver? You tell me.
I really don't know.
That's the answer.
If it's that easy, then why is Vegas have it at -2?
Because Aaron Rodgers.
And Tampa Bay's at home and -2.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Great. Honestly, the bettors there, you guys should be betting on Tampa Bay. But if you're worried about anything else, if you're gonna lose, that's a great bet
I don't
to
know.
lose.
Saints
feel good about
Saints
losing.
looked awful last week. Turned the ball over a ton, and they almost came back and beat the Buccaneers. I think Packers get this win. I think this is a respect game for Aaron Rodgers.
I think that Tom Brady was so disappointed in himself last game that he will not do that again.
I agree. The standards are too high with Brady and with the Buccaneers. They're not going to lose this game at home.
Yeah, he's not going to embarrass himself.
Tampa Bay, Packers. Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to the last one. This one is quite an interesting game considering the Trey Lance injury. We have the 49ers at Denver Broncos. 49ers are the 1-point favorite in this game.
Yeah, I'm picking the 49ers.
I'm picking the 49ers.
I do not like what's going on in Denver. I don't know. I can't even explain it. Didn't you have them winning the division?
I have. And I could stand by that still.
And
you
1-1.
You still stand
working
by
in a
that?
new offense.
Oof.
Listen, I lost a $500 bet on the Broncos last week.
Yeah.
They are on my shit bucket list right now.
Yeah.
They are on my shit list.
And so that means you're not betting on them at all.
They are. I'm expecting them to lose.
Or are you giving them another chance?
I am not. Jerry Jeudy is hurt?
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if he's out for the year, but he's hurt for a while.
He's not out for the year.
Nope. Sorry. Nope. Adios.
I'm going with the 49ers as well. They get a road win in Mile High.
They should win this game. It's funny too. Like I have more faith in them winning this game with Jimmy Garoppolo, then I have more faith with them.
I do too.
Winning it without him.
And
right?
doesn't that say everything? That says everything about Trey Lance.
It does.
I was not sold on him from the beginning. I thought he was another Jordan Love, just completely overhyped, like picked way too high. It doesn't make any sense.
He was a Sam Darnold.
Jimmy Garoppolo took the 49ers to a Super Bowl.
To me, he was because of the way you hyped him up.
I know he's. I'm not saying he's all that, but with the team, it somehow works. He's just enough to get him to Super Bowl.
Right.
And if he didn't have an absolute stinker, and if it wasn't for the quality of the Chiefs, they would have won a Super Bowl.
That's true, and it is kind of funny too. The Vegas odds, like this week, they redo each week when the standings are done, and they pick their new Super Bowl favorites and odds. And the team that went up the most was the 49ers. So
really
very interesting. It's almost like the 49ers were planning for like 2024 and 2025, right? They're trying to get this guy that could potentially be like an Allen and Mahomes, some reps, not looking at the short term, looking at the long term. And I think it's going to benefit him in this game. I do think the 49ers win this game, but I think this is going to be a really good game. I think the Broncos' criticism, I think they figure out the kinks in the offense, better decision making by the coach in the red zone, field goal situations.
The coaching was actually the
downfall. It's horrible. So I think they figured that out. I think this is the really good game of the week. I think it's going to be like a 28-27 game. It's going to be great, and I can't wait to see it.
Okay.
I mean, and I agree with you with the Garoppolo. I think the team does better with him.
Yes, for sure. All right, last thing before we get out of here. Daniel's a doofus.
You know what time it is. Daniel's a doofus. It's where I make the bets. Some good, some bad, some amazing, some terrible, and it's been kind of bad.
It's been bad.
I have to admit, but
it's bounce back week.
I'm not a professional bettor here, so it's not any professional advice. Do not. I'm not a professional.
We're not gambling experts. So. We're not financial experts.
As we like to say around the podcast, practice safe bets.
But but do you know what? I'm gonna change it around.
Always use protection.
I washed up. I cleaned up. I took a shower. I put on all this extra stuff to just smell so good to where I took that stink and stench away. And that was the goal, because I reeked of losing, and I did not like that. And so I took like a 4-shower thing where I showered again, and showered, and then showered again.
Wow.
4 showers.
You're more clean than the clean man. All right, so what 2 games are we going to debate this week to be your lock of the week for us bettors to bet on?
Let me take it out here.
Wow.
All right, my 2 games. Sorry, because I had a couple drinks. I did forget for 1 second, though. My 2 games are, we got Ravens and Patriots, and at the moment, we got Ravens at -3 and Patriots at +3. So for the viewers that don't know what that means, when the beginning of the game starts, the Patriots have a +3 advantage. So they start with 3 points in the beginning of the game, or if that's the best way to think about it, or the Ravens are -3 down already from the beginning of the game. For our viewers that don't understand that. So that's the first game. Now the second game is the Bengals versus the Jets. The Bengals are at -5, Jets at +5. For both of those games, here's the games, or here's the teams that I chose. I chose the Ravens in the first game at -2.5. So I did take a half point. And for the Bengals, I chose -5. I just took it how it was. So what are you guys thinking between these two?
I like the Ravens to cover more than I do the Bengals. I'm not going to lie.
I think the Ravens is a good bet. And if I'm a betting man, I like both. But I really like the Bengals just getting -6 against the Jets. Like, the Jets won a game.
-5.
The Jets won a game they shouldn't have won last week. So that inflated their line. The Bengals have looked like ass. So that's deflated their line. If this was week 1, it'd be Bengals -14. You're getting a steal at -6. It wouldn't be -14. It'd be like -10. A little exaggeration. You're getting a steal at -6. I really like that one.
All right, so are you saying that you just like it more, or you think that it has a better chance of
hitting?
I mean, those things are congruent with my statement of like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Congruent.
What do you like? So who do you think is a worse team, Patriots or Jets? Just curious.
Jets.
The Jets are, but this is the NFL, and they did steal a game yesterday, and I'm not sold on the Bengals, and I had them winning the division. Tells you I'm already in sort of a panic mode for the Bengals. I'm not going to lie.
Okay, what are you thinking about the Patriots this year? What do the Patriots have?
I'm a little confused about the Patriots. On the one hand, they have Belichick, and while I think they're not going to make the playoffs, and I don't know what they're doing on offense. With two defensive coordinators, right, essentially coaching offense, they somehow managed to destroy. Who did they play last week?
The Steelers.
The Steelers. The wide receivers, which I don't think you could name a single wide receiver on their fucking roster. They're no names. They're
on the Patriots.
On the Patriots.
Yeah,
they're no names.
I don't know them.
I mean, Bill Belichick outcoached Tomlin. I mean, who?
But that's rare. No. Yeah, recently, yes.
So from 2003 to 2016, that was rare?
He wasn't. Tomlin wasn't there in 2003.
You're right. It was Cowher.
Second of all, there's been a few times. I will say a few, and that does say a lot. But I'm saying within the last 4 years, I don't know how often they've played, but Tomlin has definitely had the better team. Tomlin is, to me, probably the second best coach in the game right now.
Yeah.
So, he did outcoach him for sure. But what I'm saying is the Patriots did a lot with a terrible wide receiving core that you don't know any of the names on that wide receiving core.
That's what I'm worried about. I think that they're going against a great team, and they don't. I mean, it's a great team against a not a good team. This is the thing. They're both the Ravens and the Bengals are both in. Kind of like have lost, and they need a win. They both need a win. That's really what it is.
So
both
who's the worst team, the Jets or the Patriots?
The Jets are the worst team. But I don't necessarily think that the Bengals are amazing yet because they lost too. But
that's true. All right, it's about that time though.
And the
time.
Yep, and the Ravens have to win this.
You're right. So it's on you. You heard Florian's take. You heard my take.
I'm taking
it's up to you.
I'm taking the Ravens minus 2.5.
Ravens minus 2.5.
You bought a point that changes.
Only
a
lot. A half point. I didn't even buy a full point. I know, bought a half point.
But that changes the point. That changes everything. You can win by a field goal.
Exactly, and that's why I did that.
That changes everything.
So I want everyone to buy that half point.
When you buy a half point, though, does that mean that the winnings go down?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
See, that's kind of like a little crutch you got there, though.
Yes, it does. But you can just bet a little bit more to equal it out if you wanted to.
Fair enough.
So there you go.
Hey, fair enough. I was just.
All right, you heard it here first.
You heard it here, and let me say one more thing. There will be a decent bet on this game. So
are we talking 4 figures?
I don't know.
4 figures.
I wish. If I didn't lose, the last 2 weeks, it would have been 4 figures by now. I can tell you that.
All right.
So
well, cool. Thank you, Daniel, for giving us your bet of the week. 0-2 for the year. We're looking to get 1-2, getting to get right this week. Hope it hits. Let's cheer for the Ravens hardcore on Sunday. So. Yeah. Guys, it's been a fun one. Appreciate everyone tuning in. As always, Fly to the Roundtable podcast.
Yeah.
We have a square table today, but don't get it twisted. We will be back with a circular table soon.
So we had to do it for the game,
And next week, where are we at?
Lower left, yes, on the south side of South End, like the very end of South End. Really cool spot, kind of small. If you're here local, come out, grab a beer, say hey, give us some topics you want to hear about. So. Follow us, FOTRT podcast, as always. Catch us on everywhere you get your podcast. And you know what? We might just have to catch you next week. So have a good night, and we'll talk to you later.
Sounds good.
Peace.